And if we go back in history, we'll find the same thing happening. We'll find these periods where within very short periods of time, you've got the amazing structures being built on the Giza Plateau with the same time as the classical megalithic phase of Britain. So in other words, the temples on the Giza Plateau and along the Nile, many of those were being built at the same time that the builders in England are building Stonehenge and Avebury and other monuments. You come over here to the North America, they're building gigantic pyramids of earth. And this is all going on at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look, and here's the restoration of the ancient Hermetic science of uniting earth and cosmos. So here you go, Sean. This is culled from studies of the methodology of the ancients, including that of the Egyptians, Greeks, Sumerians, the Vedas, the Old and New Testaments, the megalithic builders, Freemasonry, and the Gothic cathedral builders, the Comanches, the monumental earthworks of America, the Chacoan builders of the American Southwest, the Mayans, the dialogues of Plato, Pythagoras, and more. And it begins with the geomagnetic survey and location of the sacred center. Then that proceeds with which is the omphalos, the Greeks called it. The omphalos was the place of growth. And you know that in the womb, the embryo grows from the navel center. How interesting, navel center, birth. Here's that same word again, right? The ship, the journey. Isn't birth a journey from one realm, one domain, one dimension to another? Insertion of the gnomon pole. Establishment of the cardinal and ordinal directions, establishment of the horizon calendar and the key astronomical alignments, the layout of the celestial template utilizing sacred geometry and metrology, the harmonic design and construction of infrastructure to reflect the patterns and motions of the heavens, sacred geography and landscape design, which is the integration of architecture and agriculture. And all of that leads to the amplification of natural forces, which is the outcome of the application of the foregoing principles. So looking, the geomagnetic survey. And here we got it, Ryan. You see this? Now, from John Michel, 12 Tribe Nations and the Science of Enchanting the Landscape. The first requirement is to locate and occupy the naturally powerful centers of spiritual energy in the landscape. This involves the use of geomancy, meaning divination through the earth or earth magic. Through geomancy are discovered the most effective sites and designs for temples in relation to the spiritual energy of the country as a whole. The many sciences which contribute to geomancy include astronomy and geology, for temples should be sited at natural meeting places between the powers of heaven and earth. And here we find, back from 300-400 years ago, showing that there was an established system of dowsing, both not only for underground water, but also ores and precious metals. And here you see a group of geomancers laying out and doing a geomantic map. Here's one of the books I've drawn upon, Site and Survey Dowsing, which is basically almost an instruction manual for doing this geomantic map of any terrain or site upon which one wishes to build. And we can see here he's got the rods. In the video that you showed, Ryan, he was using the swing rods. And what was interesting is when he crossed the point of energy, as I recall, they went up, didn't they? Oh, they opened. Okay, yeah. In other cases, well, you see, in this case, he's detected the energy field and the rods have bent up. Sometimes the swing rods will cross into an X rather than open. There's variations on the system. Here's dowsers at work. You see he's standing over the flowing water that's now emerging from the earth under pressure, and you notice how his dowsing rods are bent upwards. Over here, this was during Vietnam. Marines used swing rods to locate underground tunnels, and it worked. I mean, they saved lives by using this method.